Look at Caspa. Well, when you're wrong, you're wrong. And I thought this was a bottom right here, coming in right over here. Let me get my pointer here, right there. Okay, which I thought was a bottom of a wave five. Right in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and it ended up not being right. It ended up being right over here was your 4, 5, right down through here. This thing ended up taking one more low in here. Okay, so I thought it was at 0.077. Ended up coming down here to 0.071. All right, and now it looks like this thing is trying to reverse back to the upside. All right, I said if it took out 0.088, this is all no good. All right, so let's just get it off here and see where we're at now. Okay, I truly believe this thing is trying to make a swing back up. Looks like that's what Bitcoin is doing right now. I just took a Bitcoin long there. Ended up hitting, on Ethereum, hitting the 3 of the 5 waves down here. Check this out. Not too bad. Over there, this is the ETH. 62.9. One was 100. Yeah. This, let's see here. The two were 78.74 was one of them. 140 and 78.73 because 78.73 and 78.74. Thought that was kind of interesting. But wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 on Ethereum. Ended up kind of catching those, and it looks like both Bitcoin and ETH are heading on their ways back up here. I'll show you this real quick because Bitcoin is taking out the wave 5 down, and you got Ethereum also doing the same thing. Then you have Bitcoin dominance here, looking pretty weak, right? This what is this, a 4-hour? This is a 12-hour chart. Rising wedge coming in here. These things tend to break down. Just looking weak, right? You got the 12-hour RSI, 70 and a 68 bearish divergence down here, or maybe they're equal highs, but you do have higher highs on the dominance. On the daily, 82 and an 85 bearish. The weekly. The weekly's just about to flip bearish. 51.3 and a 51.1. Okay, it's looking very, very weak. Then you got the monthly right at the very top. 98 and a 95. All right, as far as them numbers go. So dominance getting it weaker and weaker by the day. Okay, just waiting for just a crack here, just a crack on this thing to get this thing to start picking up some momentum, And as each day goes by, it shakes out more and more people out of the market, right? I mean, that's what this thing is built to do, and that's what it does. Every single day, people get more frustrated, more frustrated. I'm just taking my money, I'm out. Taking my money, I'm out. Done. That's it. And right when you least expect it, when enough people, give up and throw in the towel, then it will break. All right, and it will have them people FOMO back into the market, and by the time they FOMO back in, this dominance will be on its way down, and they'll be buying down here on dominance when they could have been up here. They just would have stayed where they're at. And that's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. For all I know, the whole thing might crash to zero. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving anybody any advice. That is not what I'm here to do. But that seems like what happens. It just finally just grinds you down. Not much is changing. Same shit, different day. Oh, there the market's red. Oh, geez. Oh, hell with this shit. I'm out, And right when you do that, the dominance breaks. And then you open up the charts after a couple days and you're like, oh my God, that's up 30%. That's up 40%. What the hell's going on here? Then you wait a couple more days, like, oh, this is just a fluke. And it keeps going, and it keeps going. Then it loses the 50-day moving average in here on the monthly, and then things really pick up, and then you end up buying way back down here, right? And all your profits that you could have had up here are gone. That let's put it this way, that could happen, right? For sure, no question. You got Bitcoin over here wedging up, looking for a possible push to the upside here. It's at 107. Let's see here. Let's see what chart I want. I went on a 4-hour. Is this the one I want? No. Let's see here. I have too many of them. It might be this blue one. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Look at the size of this wedge. Right? Look at this thing. Nice big wedge forming. And I have an alarm on both ends of this because when this breaks, this is a big move. Okay? Measured move. To go from the inside. Take the width of your wedge. We'll say that's close enough, right? Put it up here. Potential breakout. What do you got? Up around 120 to the downside. If it would break down, what do you got? 94. Okay, 120, 94. Well, what if we put a Fibonacci on here? Okay, that's a little crooked, isn't it? Sorry about that. We put a fib on here, get a rough estimate. I'm not going to get too particular. 119, 120. Pretty close, right? Pretty close to the same measurement as the inside. That's what typically happens. And if we went to the downside, the target would be about the same to the downside, right? So a break to the upside on this thing could get us up around 119 if it ended up rolling over and head to the downside, which I don't believe. I don't believe that's going to happen. 94,000. Okay, my personal opinion. I think this is heading up. Okay, out in a 12-hour. It's just that's the way this thing should be heading. As far as the chart goes, if you go up the high over here, we're up through the 786. Yeah, we're up through all the danger zones. We're up through that box that we always put in here, right? That's 618, 702, the danger zone. Right in here, we're up through it. Eventually this thing should be heading to 130. And this looks more like a fourth wave pullback here, is what it looks like to me. Right? Down here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5, to 120 or whatever. Then an ABC, then maybe a final push up towards that 130. We put a trend-based fib on this down here, which I have not done. Let's see, I'm curious. Bottom of the move to the top, back to the bottom. That gives us about 124. Alright, so right now at ballpark, right? Right in the ballpark. Put the fib on it. There you go, right in that area, right? Usually a 3618 to a 4.236. That's about your zone where you want to be. So it is right in that area. Okay, that's another reason I think it's more likely going to break to the upside. 12-hour RSI, right at the bottom. 41 to 29 looks fantastic. Your daily. Yeah, that's all you need to know, really. Your dailies at 48 and 42 looks good, heading up. Okay, so any break here of 110,000, 110,100, 110,200. Well, let's get zoom in a little bit. If it takes out this high over here at 110.5. Things are looking very good, right? Then this thing should be heading towards that 120. But I believe it's looking great. It's above the 50-day moving average here on the daily, and Bitcoin looks pretty good. Caspa, if we come over here, like I said, you got that 5 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a nice push back up here. Okay. Now let's look as far as a retracement. I thought about jumping on a Kaspa long here because, once again, let's take a trend-based fib. All right, if this is a run back to the top, let's not use that wick. Let's use the closing candle and pull back down. Because returns on Kaspa compared to Bitcoin are going to be higher as far as my leverage and everything else. Where's that going to put this as far as the fib goes? Wow, look at that. I'm right on a 702 at about 11.3. Okay. If it heads that way, if it goes up there, right, that's always our area we want to keep an eye on. If this is the push back up started, that is a very that's a very good target. 11.3. Okay. Your RSIs, and that would also take out this resistance down through here. And right down through here, basically like that. Probably want to take it off. You should take it off here, pull it down here like that. Okay. Let's take a look at the RSIs here. You get a break of that resistance. That's also a very good sign. That'd be a break of about 8.4. You got your 4 hour. 4 hours a little bearish, heading up on the bottom, the regular RSI. Your 8 hour, I might open up a Kaspa long also. I have a Bitcoin long open now, but Kaspa, man, it breaks this trend line right here. I'm gonna jump in along on it. 12 hour. Let's see here. I apologize. 12 hours heading up, looks good. 61 and a 44, that looks fantastic. Your daily, see where it's at. Wow, looks good. 24 and a 13. It really does. It looks, when you count waves, also when you count, especially out in a daily. Okay, when you get your waves counted, 1, 2, 3, and I got to get that. I apologize. I got to get that. I talked about getting another Elliott wave theory video out for the members. You got 5 waves down here, all corrective structures down. You move up and down, they match. Talks about getting that out. I will definitely get that out this week, guys, within the next couple days. If you want to sign up and trade with us, we have about 170 some members. It's a level 3 membership in the description of the video. It's only $15, guys. Come check it out. Especially, once this alt season starts rocking, that is when there's going to be a pile of money to be made. That's when we get these big, giant moves. Pushing up here. I mean, just this move on Kaspa, if it runs up here, wow, that's a 40% move. Okay, normal leverage, normal 20x, right? That's an 8 extra money. On a grand, you could possibly turn that into 8 grand, right? And of course, could go the other way too. You could lose, your $1,000 or whatever you have in it. You want to see a break of this, and and then a retest. That's what you want to see on this resistance line. Of course, if you have confidence that the bottom is in there, wait for your first pullback and get in and take a shot at it. You can't be shy. You can sit there all day and look for the perfect trade, the perfect opportunity, and most of the time that perfect opportunity is going to happen. You got to take your shot, right? That's same with anything in life. If you sit around waiting for it, it's never going to happen. You just got to do it. I'm sure any successful person out there would tell you that you got to take chances. Want to be successful in anything, you got to take chances, right? I mean, nobody got rich sitting around wishing about it. They did something about it, and they made it happen. Look at this. Just 10 minutes ago, 60% of these were red, right? Look at the last hour. Look at that. That's because of Bitcoin potentially hitting a bottom here and pushing back up. There you go. Looking pretty darn good, right? Where's Caspa on the day here? Because Caspa was one of the only green ones, up 6%, and it's looking pretty darn good. Like I said, a break of this resistance line coming through here. That's going to be up at about safely 8.4. 8.4 would be up here. A break of that, and I would feel pretty safe saying it's heading up towards that 11. So keep your eye on this. Looking very, very good, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Hit that like and subscribe. Come join us over in Discord. Start trading with us. Try it out for a month. If you don't like it, cancel it. If you're making money or learning stuff, you also get 10 hours of videos for free with that. I shouldn't say for free, but with your $15 membership, you over 20 videos to teach how to start charting and using all these tools, you definitely want to learn. You just don't want to piggyback off someone. You want to learn this stuff, and if you want to become successful in this stuff in the market. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you. Love you. God bless you. Talk to you soon.